Good morning, everyone. This is Robert from RJL 518, welcoming you to another exciting edition of Inside Pitch. This is the 1985 One and Gone. We are now starting the third round of this tournament. It is game number 19. We are in the quarterfinals. It's the number 16 Chicago Cubs with a record of 77-84, taking on the number 8 Cincinnati Reds, 89-72. If you want to take a look at the bracket, you can see that the Chicago Cubs knocked out the St. Louis Cardinals in the second round. That was a big upset because they knocked out the number 1 seed. The Oakland Athletics, they took care of the first round. The Cincinnati Reds took care of Cleveland in round number 1 and had a tough game against the Chicago White Sox in the second round as we now move on to the third round. And that is Walgreens Drugs, and my mom will take care of that. So don't worry about the phone call, people. Let's get to some action today. Hope you'll enjoy it for a good matchup. This is going to be a good game. I think we got a good pitchers duel set ready to go. At least I hope so. And who knows how a good game between these two rivals can be. The Reds and the Cubs are right now big Central Division rivals. But remember, back in 1985, the Reds were in the National League West and the Cubs were in the East. But these two teams always had issues with each other. So we'll have to find out and see what happens in today's big game. Starting pitcher for the 1985 Cincinnati Reds, it will be Jay Tibbs. He was 10-16 with a 3.92 ERA. As you know, as we move deeper and deeper into the tournament, we now go to the higher ERA pitchers. So anything can happen when we get deeper and deeper into this awesome game we play of Inside Pitch. Top of the first inning, leading off for the Cubs will be center fielder Bob Dernier. As we're here at Riverfront Stadium, let's play some baseball. Tibbs' first pitch. That's a 2-5. He is not tired, so that's a blank. Dernier swings 3-4, and he grounds it to third. Next batter is second baseman Ryne Sandberg, Hall of Famer. Batted .305 that year in 85, 26 home runs. Sandberg is the man, one of the best second basemen ever. And maybe like I said, there are a lot of great ones there, but Ryne Sandberg, definitely one of the best second basemen never to win a title. Tibbs' pitch, 2-6, that's a strikeout chance, and the 9 is too high. Riverfront Stadium subtracts 1 from strikeouts, adds 1 to walks, no home run adjustment, so that 9 becomes an 8, and Sandberg will not strike out. He will swing, though, 2-5, and he flies out to center. That is out number 2. And now we have first baseman Leon Durham. As some people call him, Leon through the legs Durham. Pitch from Tibbs, 1-4, wild pitch, ball 1. Do it again, 3-5 from Tibbs, that's a blank. Durham will swing 5-6, it's a fly out to left field. And a 1-2-3 inning go the Cubbies. We go to the bottom of the first. Starting pitcher for the 1985 Chicago Cubs is Steve Trout. Good pitcher. He was their third starter, and he was pretty good. 9-7, a 3.39 ERA. Trout had I call that a good year. I call that a good year. So let's see how the Reds can deal with a strong pitcher. Leading off for the Reds, center fielder Eddie Milner. Trout with the pitch, 5-4. That's at the park. Riverfront Stadium, 4-3. That's a single past second base. It will be a base hit for Milner. Good way to start off for the Redlegs. Here is first baseman Pete Rose. Infield goes halfway. Strat roll says a 5. Yes, steal attempt is on, 15. But it's tough, though. Milner's a 15. Trout's a -3 against the steal, so that would be a 12. And Jody Davis is a 0, a 1 to 12 chance for Milner to steal second. We're going to take that crack. Milner's going to try to steal. 1-12, he is safe. The throw down to second. He is out of there. Jody Davis guns Milner out at second. Oh, threw him out. There's now 1 out, and Rose will hit. Pitch from Trout. 6-1, blank. Rose swings 4-2 against the lefty. That's a single past the first baseman. That's a base hit for Rose. Oh, big. So now how big is that stolen base being thrown out is there? Rose gets another hit. He will hold it. Well, first hit of the game, actually. He'll hold it first. The batter will be right fielder Dave Parker. Anything on Strat for this? No. Infield goes back to halfway. Trout with the pitch. 1-3, blank. Parker swings. 5-3, star 4. That's a ground ball to third. Parker's double play rating's a 3. Nothing from Trout. +1 is 4. Ryan Sandberg actually subtracts 1 from the double play rating. So a 1-3, they turn it. It is a 3, and he does. Third base to second base to first base, and that will end the inning. Two base hits, but Trout faces the minimum batters. No runs, 2 hits, no score at the end of 1. Top of the second inning. Here is Keith Moreland. Moreland is in right field for this game. Tibbs with the pitch. 4-5 at the park. Riverfront Stadium says 6-2, and that is a possible home run to center field. Moreland against the righty is a 7. That is an 18, and that's just going to be a fly out to center, and that is out number 1. Moreland does not get the base hit. Does not get the homer, and that is just a fly out. 1 away. Next up is the shortstop, Sean Dunston. Tibbs' pitch, 5-2 against the right. That is a strikeout chance, and the 4 gets Dunston. Strikeout number 1 for Tibbs. He had 98 of them in 85. Third baseman Ron Say will come up next. The Penguin. Wah, wah, wah. Pitch from Tibbs. 3-1, wild pitch, ball 1. He'll do it again. 5-1, hit by pitch. That 7 is going to be way too high, so it's a blank. Say gets the swing. 5-2, and he flies out to left field, and that is a 1-2-3 inning for Tibbs. Bottom of the second. Cesar Cedeno leads off for the Reds. He is in left field for this game. Actually, left field for the tournament. Trout with the pitch, 4-3, blank. Cedeno, 4-6, single past second base. That is a base hit. That's the third hit given up already by Trout. Cedeno goes to first. Third baseman Nick Isaski is up next. Infield goes to halfway. Anything on a Strat? Strat rolls as a 12. There is no play. Trout will pitch to Isaski. 4-5. That's a blank. He's not tired. Isaski swings. 5-5. That's a ground ball to third. Isaski's double play rating 2. +1 is 3. And that means Sandberg -1 on the pivot. So only on a 1-2, he turns a double play, and he does not. Cedeno was thrown out at second because the 5 is higher than the 3. And Isaski is safe at first. That is a fielder's choice. Shortstop Dave Concepcion is next up to bat. Infield will still stay halfway. I'm wondering where all my Reds fans are. Anything on a Strat roll? Strat roll says a 9, no play. Trout will pitch. That's a 1-3. That's also a blank. Concepcion swings 6-2, popped up in the infield, and that goes to short. And that is the second out of the game. Second baseman Ron Oster comes up next. Strat roll says a 19. There will be no bunt. No bunt with 2 outs. Trout with the pitch. That's a 2-1. Error on a grounder. Oster swings 2-5. That's a star 1. It's a ground ball to second base. The ball is hit to Sandberg. His error rating is a 4. That's an 18. Sandberg will not make an error. He throws to first, and that ends the inning. No runs and a hit for the Reds. We still have no score here at the end of 2. Third inning coming up. It will be the catcher, Jody Davis, leading off for the Cubs. Riverfront Stadium didn't allow that many homers, 114 home runs. I'll say Riverfront Stadium was a bit of a pitcher's park. Has a couple of home run cells on there, but a bit of a hit, a bit of a pitcher's park. Tibbs will pitch to Davis. And that's a 4-4. That's a strikeout chance, and that 10 is going to be too high. 10 minus 1 is 9, so Davis does not strike out. He will swing 4-5, and against the righty, he flies out to right. Out number 1 for left fielder Gary Matthews. Matthews will swing. Tibbs will pitch. 3-5 blank. Matthews swings 6-3. Line drive right to second. Caught by Oster. That's out number 2. And that brings up the pitcher, Steve Trout. Trout batted 109 as a pitcher in 85. Tibbs with the pitch. 4-4 strikeout chance. That 16 is good enough, and he does strike out Trout. And that is the second strikeout for Tibbs. It's a 1-2-3 inning for the Cubs. Bottom of the third, catcher Bo Diaz comes up for the Reds. Pitch from Trout, 5-4. That's at the park. Riverfront Stadium, 2-4. That's a grounded right at the plate. And that's going to be Jody Davis making the throw to first base. That's out number 1. Ground out at the plate. Doesn't happen very often, but it does happen. Here is Jay Tibbs, the pitcher. He batted 092 in 85. 1-1 from Trout. Range play. Tibbs takes a swing. 6-4, star 5. That's a ground ball to third. The ball is at the say. His range is a 2, and he can't get it. Oh, boy, is that a single or a double for Tibbs? That's a base hit. Tibbs hits one right past Ron Say. He has a single. That's one way pitchers can, with a low batting card, that's one way pitchers can get on. And Jay Tibbs gets a base hit for the Reds. That's the Reds' 4th hit of the game, but no runs to show for it. Infield will move into halfway position. Here is Eddie Milner. Strat roll says a 10, no play. Trout will pitch. And that's a 2-2 against the lefty. Strikeout chance. 3 gets Milner. And that is strikeout number 1 for Trout. He only had 44 of them in 85. He really was not a hard thrower. 2 men down. And the batter now is Pete Rose. Philip Reynolds joins us here at Riverfront Stadium as he says his Reds better win. Well, who knows? I might have to call on you to make a choice. Tibbs is on at first. There is 2 outs here. Infield now goes back to normal. Strat roll says a 10, no play. Trout will pitch to Rose. That's a 6-5. That's a walk chance. The 17 does walk Rose. And runners at first and second now. Rose is on base for the second time today. Chance now for Dave Parker. Parker grounded out into a double play last time up. Strat roll says a 2. Tibbs is not stealing. So Trout will go ahead and pitch to Parker. Trout's pitch, 4-4. Hit by pitch. That 13 is too high. Parker will swing. 6-5. And he doubles into left field. That is a big hit for Parker. Tibbs will definitely come around to score. Rose's base running rating is a 2. A double to left, -1, plus the 1 from 2 outs is a 2. Left fielder is Matthews. He adds 1. It's a 3. A 1-3 on the red die. Pete Rose will score. It is a 1, and he does. Pete Rose comes in to score as well. Dave Parker with a base running rating of 2, but that 4 is too high, so Parker does hold at second base with the double. It is a 2 RBI double. And it's the Reds that jump out to a 2-0 lead. Steeler fan joins us here at Riverfront Stadium as he just witnessed Dave Parker get a 2 RBI double, giving the Reds a 2-0 lead. Here is Cesar Cedeno. Strat roll says a 5, no play. Pitch from Trout. That's a 6-6 wild pitch. That 16 is too high. They'll do it again. Ball 1. Trout will pitch 3-2. That's a home run with a question mark. Cedeno's a righty, a 1-12. That's a 5. It passes. Cedeno against the lefty is a 14. A 1-14. This is gone, and it's an 11, and it is gone. Cesar Cedeno hits one high. He hits it deep. Back, gone. Home run. That's a 2-run jack by Cesar Cedeno. He had 9 home runs that year, and he definitely had a little bit of power. And with that home run, it's now a 4-0 Reds lead here in the bottom of the third. They're going to go talk to Trout, see if they can settle him down a bit. And this is all happening with 2 outs. Here is Nick Esaski. As Philip Reynolds says, if Reds don't win, I'll need some rope. Pitch from Trout. 6-4, strikeout chance. That 6 is good. Esaski goes down. Second strikeout for Trout, but the inning is done. 4 runs for the Reds on 3 hits. A big double by Parker, and a big home run by Cedeno. 4-0 at the end of 3 for the Reds. Like to remind you tonight on Payoff Pitch 85, we have the Philadelphia Phillies taking on the Montreal Expos. It will be Kevin Gross. He will be pitching for the Phillies, and he'll go up against Mickey Mailer for the Expos. That is actually a pretty big game. Both teams are in the hunt in the National League East. And tomorrow on Inside Pitch, 1 and Gone, we go to game number 20. And if you guys miss this, you should be ashamed of yourselves, as the Los Angeles Dodgers go to Yankee Stadium to take on the Yankees in Inside Pitch tomorrow. Dodgers and the Yankees. The game is at Yankee Stadium, so I know nobody will miss that game for the 1 and Gone tournament, and that will be a very fun game to play. Do not know the pitching matchup yet. You will find that out when I do Payoff Pitch tonight. Top of the 4th inning, Reds are up 4-0 on the Cubs. Tibbs will pitch to Bob Dernier. Pitch from Tibbs, that's a 6-5 strikeout chance. 12 is too high. Dernier gets the swing, 4-4. He flies out to center field. And that is out number 1. Next up is Ryan Sandberg. Tibbs pitch, 1-6. Possible error. Sandberg swings, 3-3. Fly ball center field. The ball is hit to Milner. His error rating is an 8. That's a 16. Not a problem. He will put it away for out number 2. Milner is right there to make the catch. Here is Leon Durham. Tibbs, 2-5. Blank. He's not tired. Durham swings, 1-2. That's a ball hit to left field against a righty. That's a 4, and that's going to be a double for Durham. That's a hit column roll to the left field, and I'll give him, and he gets a double. I know it's really not a column; it's more of a row, but I call it hit column just to let you know that's where the result is coming from. And Durham will be at second base. That's the first hit off of Tibbs in this game. Next batter will be Keith Moreland with 2 outs. No strat roll coming up. So Tibbs will pitch to Moreland. Bears Den 007 joins us here at Riverfront Stadium. Tibbs with the pitch. 6-3, blank. Moreland, can he get a big swing? 5-3. Yes, he can. That is a double hit into right field. That will bounce off the wall. Durham will come in to score from second, and the Cubs get one back. RBI double by Moreland. And it is now 4-1. And Moreland is on second base. Those are the first 2 hits on Tibbs in this game. And now a chance for Shawan Dunston. Dunston struck out his last time up. Strat roll says an 8, no play. Tibbs will go ahead and pitch. And that is a 5-6. That's a strikeout chance. The 12 is too high. Dunston gets the swing. That was Suadice. I'll re-roll. 5-3. That's a hit column roll to right field. And against that is an 18. And that's going to be way too high. And getting under that is going to be Parker. He will make the catch and end the inning. 1 run on 2 hits for the Cubs. It's now 4-1. Bottom half of the 4th inning. Dave Concepcion leads off for the Redlegs. He's 0 for 1. Pitch from Trout, 1-5 strikeout chance. That 6 is going to be too high because of against the. Nope, actually, that 6 is going to be good. It's against the lefty. That's a 9. And -1 is an 8. He does strike out Concepcion. That's out number 1. 3rd strikeout for Trout. Here is Ron Oster. Trout with the pitch, 5-5, error on a throw. Oster hits, 3-2, ground ball to first base. The ball is hit to Durham. His error rating is a 4. That's an 8. There will be no throwing error as Durham throws to Trout, covering the bag, out number 2. It didn't get through the legs on Durham that time. Here is Bo Diaz. Trout with the pitch, 3-4, blank. Diaz swings, 6-5, fly ball right field, and that will end the inning. A 1-2-3 inning for Trout. Something he definitely needed after giving up 4 runs in the 3rd. It is still 4-1 in favor of the Red Stockings. Top of the 5th. Ron Say, the Penguin, leads off for the Cubs. Tibbs with the pitch. 4-2, strikeout chance. 4 gets Say. Strikeout number 3 for Tibbs. And here is Jody Davis. Tibbs' pitch, 5-1, hit by pitch. That one is too high. Davis will swing 3-1 against a righty. That's a single past shortstop. It's a base hit. Davis gets to first. That's Jody's first hit of the game. A chance now for Gary Matthews. Infield goes to halfway. Strat is a 10. There's no play. Tibbs will pitch to Matthews. That's a 4-6. Error on a throw. Matthews swings 3-1. That's a star one. That is a ground ball to second base. The ball is hit. The ball is hit to Oster. His error rating is a 4. That's a 12. There won't be an error. Now do they turn the double play? Matthews is a 3 +1 halfway of 4. Nothing from Tibbs. And it is Oster who makes the play. So the shortstop Concepcion has no pivot rating. So on a 1-4, they'll turn it. And they do. Second base to shortstop, back to first, double play, inning over. No runs and a hit for the Cubbies. The Reds still lead 4-1. Steve Trout will pitch to Jay Tibbs. Tibbs got a base hit his last time up. He's 1 for 1. Pitch from Trout. 5-6. That's a blank. Tibbs gets to swing. 3-4, and he struck him out. Clean strikeout, out number 1. Milner is next. Pitch from Trout, 2-3. That is a double question mark. That 17 is going to be too high for either side, so it's a blank. Milner will swing 4-1, and Milner slaps it right into center field. That is a base hit. Milner has his second hit of the game. The batter now is Pete Rose. Milner got thrown out trying to steal in the first inning. Let's see what the strat roll says this time. That is a 9, and there is no play. The 7 -1 from Trout is a 6. An 8, a 7 or 8 would have been a hit and run. But a 9 is no play. The infield will be halfway. Trout will pitch 2-4, strikeout chance, 13 too high. Rose gets the swing, 4-6. It's a ground out to short. Rose double play rating 3, +1 is 4, nothing from Trout. Second baseman Sandberg is pivot, -1 is a 3. So a 1-3, they turn it, and they do. Shortstop to second to first, double play, inning over. And the bottom of the 5th inning goes exactly like the top of the 5th inning, except in the top of the 5th inning, it was strikeout, single, and then ground out 4-6-3. In the bottom of the 5th inning, strikeout, single, ground out 6-4-3. The only difference was where the ball was hit to. And that is all. At the end of 5, still 4-1 Reds. Reds lose. Bears Den has my mission to maul Robert. Hey, no violence. No violence in the chat, please. Top of the 6th inning. 4-1 Reds. Tibbs will pitch. And leading off is Steve Trout. This would be his second at bat, and they will let him hit. I usually don't change pitchers until he's down. Well, Trout has how many bats? He faces 25. 6th inning down 4-1. You know what? I think that's going to be it for Trout. He's allowed 4 runs. It's good enough for me. Trout's going to come out. Cubs are going to go to the bench. And we're going to see who's going to come up to bat. Thad Bosley is going to come up to bat. Had 180 at bats, and he is a lefty against Tibbs. So Tibbs will go up against Thad Bosley to start the bottom of the 6th inning. Which means we'll see a new pitcher for the Cubs. Pitcher from Tibbs, 5-6. That's a strikeout chance. 15 is too high. Bosley swings 4-1. Star 5. He grounds it to third. That's out number 1. Here's Bob Dernier. Tibbs with the pitch. 3-4. Double question mark. Against a righty, that would be a 1, and that is a 3 too high. Dernier will swing. 1-3, and he pops it to shortstop. And that's out number 2. Sandberg will get a crack at it. He's 0 for 2. He's flown out twice. Tibbs with the pitch. 2-4, blank. Sandberg gets the swing. 5-5. Star 3. That's a ground out to short. Throw goes to first, and another 1-2-3 inning for Tibbs. The Cubs had a lot of offense in their game in their win over the Cardinals. They're not getting it here against the Reds. We go to the bottom of the 6th. It is still 4-1 Reds. A lefty and 2 righties coming up. We'll see what the Cubs want to do for a pitcher. They'll probably bring in a right-hander, and they will bring in the Cubs are going to bring in Jay Baller. 2-3, 1 save, a 3.46 ERA. Baller will pitch to Dave Parker. Pitch from Baller. That's a 3-4. That's a range play at the park. Riverfront Stadium says 1-5. That's going to be a single into right field and a possible double. Parker has a base running rating of 2. The ball is hit to Moreland. 1 is subtracted. So on a 1, Parker will get to second. It is a 2. He does not. He holds at first base. So it is, but it is a single, and that is the second hit of the game for Parker. Here is Cesar Cedeno. He hit a home run his last time up. He is 2 for 2. Infield at halfway. Still rolling Strat. 15, no play. Baller will pitch. 1-2 against the righty. That is another home. That is a straight home run chance. Cedeno against the righty is a 10. That's a 19 too high. Cedeno will swing. 5-6, and he flies out to right. And Parker holds at first. Here is Nick Esaski. Strat roll says a 15, no play. Baller will pitch. That's a 4-2 against the righty strikeout chance. The 6 gets him. He struck out Esaski. 2 men down. Dave Concepcion is next. Strat roll says a 9, no play. Baller pitches 2-4. That's an error on a grounder. Concepcion 3-1. That's a fly out to center field. There will be no error, of course. And the inning ends there. No runs and a hit. For the Reds, it is still 4-1 after 6. Remember, tonight we have the Philadelphia Phillies meeting up with the Montreal Expos in Payoff Pitch, and tomorrow in Inside Pitch, the game I think everyone's waiting for, the Los Angeles Dodgers taking on the New York Yankees. So if you're a Yankee fan or a Yankee hater, don't miss the game. And that will be at Yankee Stadium, which means the DH will be in effect, as the Yankees are the higher seed. Dodgers and Yankees, do not miss that game. That game is going to be fun to play. Top of the 7th inning, Jay Tibbs is due to bat third in the bottom of the 7th. They're going to let Tibbs pitch this. He is not tired by any means. He can go at least about 6 batters. Leon Durham leads off for the Cubs. Pitch from Tibbs is a 2-5. That's a blank. He's not tired. Durham will swing 4-4. That's a star 2. It's a ground out to second base. That's out number 1. Keith Moreland is next. Moreland doubled his last time up. Actually, it was an RBI double. Scored the only run for the Cubs. Tibbs is pitch 4-2. Strikeout chance 9 too high. Moreland will swing 6-4. That's a ground out to second, out number 2. Here's Sean Dunston. Dunston is 0 for 2. Keith White joins us here at Riverfront Stadium. Tibbs will pitch 4-4. Strikeout chance 1 gets Dunston, and the inning is over. 1-2-3 inning for Tibbs. We are at the 7th inning stretch. Still 4-1 Reds. Bottom of the 7th inning, Jay Baller is going to come out. The Cubs will go to the pen. Switching in 2 righties. I think they're going to go with Larry Sorensen for the inning. 3-7, 4.26 ERA. Larry Sorensen will pitch to Ron Oster here in the bottom of the 7th inning. As Steeler fan says, this game is cruising along. Yes, it is. That's because I'm very good. I'm getting a lot better with the rules, of course, of the game. Sorensen with the pitch, 2-4. That's a range play at the park. Riverfront Stadium, 4-6. That is a home run to the pull side. Now, first we got to find out if it's a home run. Well, Ron Oster is hitting it against a right-hander. He has a home run rating of a 1. That's a 17, so we already know that's not a home run. The ball is hit to the pull side. Oster is hitting from the left side, which means that's going to right field. The right fielder for the Cubs is Moreland. His range is a 1. Does he make the play? No, he does not. So it's over Moreland's head, and that is a double automatically. So Oster will wind up on second base on a double. He doesn't get the homer, but it is over Moreland's head. Double for Oster. As Bears then says, we haven't reached the 9th yet. Yeah, it could take about a half an hour just to do the 9th inning. So Oster goes to second on a leadoff double. Here is Bo Diaz. Infield is normal, and I am still rolling Strat. That is a 5. There is no play. Sorensen will pitch. 4-2 against the righty. Strikeout chance, 7 too high. Diaz will swing. 4-6. It's a ground ball to short. The throw will go to first for out number 1. Oster's base running rating of 3. 3 or lower, he makes it to third. He does not. He'll hold it second. 1 out. Jay Tibbs is due to bat. The Reds will take him back. They'll go to the bench. Against Larry Sorensen, they'll probably bring in a lefty. And they are going to go with Wayne Krenchicki. Wayne Krenchicki will go up against Sorensen here in the bottom of the 7th with 1 out. Is there a Strat? 17. Bunt could be available, but I'll call off the bunt since Krenchicki is batting 272, and you got a 3-run lead. So Krenchicki will go ahead and hit. Pitch from Sorensen, 4-1. Hit by pitch, 12 is too high, barely. Krenchicki has a hit by pitch rating of 0. Krenchicki adds 10, but that 12 is too high. So Krenchicki somersaults out the way and swings a 4-1 and gets a single past second base. Oster's base running rating of a 3 needs to be a 2 in order for him to score, and it does. Oster comes around to score. It's an RBI pinch hit for Krenchicki, and the Reds now lead it 5-1. Next batter is Eddie Milner. Milner will go up against Sorensen, still 1 out. But now it's a 5-1 Reds game. Infield goes to halfway. We'll see if there's a strat. There's an 18. There is no play. So Sorensen will pitch to Milner. And that is a 4-6. And against the lefty, that's a blank. Milner gets the swing, 4-1. He singles up the middle, and that's going to be a base hit to center field. Krunchicki's base running rating is a 1. In order to get to third, it's -1. That is a 0. Bob Dernier's in center field. He actually adds 1. So on a 1, Krunchicki makes it to third, and he does. Krunchicki makes it to third base. Milner's base running rating is a 5. That 1 is lower than Milner, and he will make it to second on the throw. Milner has his third hit of the game. It's a single that turns into a double. And the Reds are in business still. Here is Pete Rose. That's going to be it for Sorensen, as he has come in and has been useless. So he'll be done with the Cubs. I think they'll now bring in a lefty. And they're going to go with Ron Meredith. 3-2, a save, 4.47 ERA. Ron Meredith will go up against Rose. Runners at second and third. There is only 1 out. With a base running rating of 1, Krunchicki is not really a threat to go. But with runners at second and third and 1 out, he will go on contact, so the infield is going to be in. Meredith will pitch to Rose. There is no strat roll since now the strat roll has been deactivated. Meredith will pitch. That's a 6-4, and that against a switch hitter against a righty, that is a blank. Against the right switch, it's a blank, but Rose gets the swing. 6-6, it's a star 3. It's a ground ball. It's a ground ball to first base. The throw is going to come to home to get Krunchicki, and he really is a dead duck. So the throw goes home to get Krunchicki. He's a dead duck. Milner does go to third. Rose is safe at first. That's out number 2. As I said, Krunchicki is running on contact, and his base running rating is a 1. When the infield in, it subtracts 1. It subtracts 2 since the ground ball went to third. So Krunchicki's a dead duck at home. They try to get Rose at first. They do not, and there are 2 outs. Here is Dave Parker. With 2 outs now, the infield goes back to normal. So that goes as a fielder's choice. Parker is 2 for 3 in this game. Pitch from Meredith. There's no strat roll. 5-4 against the lefty. That is a base hit up the middle. It's a single one and definitely a scoring RBI. Milner will come in to score easily. Pete Rose, base running rating of 2. He has to hold at second on a single one up the middle. And it is now 6-1 Reds as this game is now getting away from the Cubs. That's the third hit of the game for Dave Parker. Here is Cesar Cedeno. Still 2 outs. Runners at first and second. And there's no strat roll. Meredith will pitch to Cedeno. 2 outs here, but the Reds are beginning to take it away from him. Pitch from Meredith. 6-1 wild pitch. The 7 is too high. We'll do it again. 1-5 this time. Range play. Cedeno swings. 3-6. That's a star 6. The ball is hit to left field. That is Matthews. His range is a 1. He can't get it. It's a base hit. Is it a single or a double? That's a double. And the Reds are pouring it on. Rose will come in to score. That's a double to left. Parker's base running rating is a 2, plus 1 is 3. Matthews adds 1, so it's a 4, a 1-4. Parker will score, and he does not. He holds at third on a 5. But it is now 7-1 Reds. Double for Cedeno. And that will bring up Nick Asaski. That'll be all for Meredith, as no matter who the Cubs put on the mound, the Reds are just putting it away. Reds are going to bring in Dick Ruthven, 4-7, 4.53 ERA, as the Cubs bullpen is just not able to do anything right now. It's a 7-1 lead for the Reds. Still 2 outs, runners at second and third. Asaski is the batter. Pitch. Is there a strat roll? And actually, no strat roll, so I'll just roll. Ruthven will pitch 4-5. That's a blank. Asaski takes a swing, 2-4. That's a star 4. It's a ground ball to third. The throw goes to first, and that will end the inning. As the Reds send up 8 batters to the plate. 3 runs for Cincinnati on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 hits. And at the end of 7, it is 7-1 Reds. Timeout on the field before we go to the 8th. I know you're talking about the Cleveland team, Cleveland Crusaders. They better not, I agree with you, they better not be the Cleveland Baseball Club. I totally agree. Or Cleveland Baseball Team. I don't want that. Like I said, I like Cleveland Rockers. I don't like Cleveland Spiders. Do you really want to name your team after an insect? No. And plus, a lot of people are afraid of spiders. That would not make a good mascot these days. I think Cleveland Crusaders, Cleveland Guardians, Cleveland Rockers would be pretty good. You could go for some of those names, I think. We go to the top of the 8th inning. Leading off for the Cubs is going to be Ron Cey. And of course, the Reds need a pitcher. And they got a 6-run lead, so let's see what they want to do. They got three righties? 3 righties coming up, so let's see who the Reds want to bring in to pitch. And they'll go ahead with Ron Robinson. 7-7, a save, and a 3.99 ERA. Ron Robinson will pitch for the Reds. Ron Cey will lead it off here in the top of the 8th. 2-5 for Robinson, range play at the park. Riverfront Stadium, 1-1, star 3. That's a ground ball to third. The ball is hit to Wasaski. His range is a 2. Can't make the play. That's going to be a base hit, and it will turn out to be a double for Cey. Leadoff double for Ron Cey as he gets it past third. Can now maybe the Cubs make a move? Here's Jody Davis. Cey on at second. And am I rolling a strat? Yes, I am for pickoff. And that is a 19, no play. Robinson will pitch. That's a 4-5 strikeout chance, 19 too high. Davis gets the swing, 6-3. It's a star 4, and that's going to be a fly out to left. And that's out number 1. Here's Gary Matthews. Matthews will hit. 2 outs, one out. Rolling for pickoff, there is none. Robinson will pitch, and that's Suadice re-roll. 4-4 for Robinson. That is a straight home run check. Matthews against the righty is an 11. That's a 12. He misses it. It's too high. But Matthews does get to swing a 1-2, and he flies out to center field. So pretty much Gary Matthews hits one deep at the track, at the wall, and Milner makes the catch, out number 2. See a pinch hitter for Dick Ruthven. Brandon Baker joins us here at Riverfront Stadium. Pinch hitter against Robinson, and that's going to be Larry Boa at switch hitter. He'll go up against Robinson here. 2 outs in the top of the 8th. Rolling for pickoff, that is a 14, no play. Robinson will pitch 5-2 against the switch hitting left. That is a blank. Boa will swing 5-3. It's a ground ball to third. Throw goes to first, and that ends the inning. No runs for the Cubs except a leadoff double. We go to the bottom of the 8th, 7-1 Reds. Dave Concepcion leads off for the Reds in the bottom of the 8th. And the Cubs need a new pitcher, and they're just going to bring out Lee Smith. Job simple, keep it a 7-1 game, even though it looks like the writing's on the wall here for the Cubs, and the Reds are going to move on to the semifinals. The Reds will play the winner of the Dodgers and the Yankees, and that's the next game on Inside Pitch. Do not miss that one. Dodgers at Yankees, that's tomorrow's Inside Pitch 85 game. Smith will pitch to Concepcion. That's a 6-1 strikeout plus 10, and that 17 is too high. Even though Concepcion becomes a 16, -1 is a 15. So Concepcion gets to swing 2-1, and he grounds it to short. One down here is Ron Oster. Pitch from Smith, 1-6. Home run with a question mark. Oster is hitting from the left side, and that will be a 0, so no chance there. Too high. Oster swings, 2-3, and he lines out to second for out number 2. And now Bo Diaz. Pitch from Smith. 2-5, strikeout chance. The 5 is good enough. Diaz goes down on strikes, and Smith does his job, keeping it where it's at. A 1-2-3 inning for Smith. Side retired. Still 7-1 Reds. Will we see some 9th inning magic? Top of the 9th coming up. The Reds are not going to play around. They will do what they're supposed to do. This is a tournament. There is no fatigue in any game. So the Reds are going to do what they're supposed to do and bring out Ted Power to close it. 8-6, 27 saves, 2.70 ERA. Ted Power will go up against Bob Dernier to start the top of the 9th. Here's the pitch from Dernier from Power. 1-2 against the righty. That's a strikeout chance, 18 too high. Dernier gets the swing. 6-3 fly ball center field, out number 1. Reds pitching has been excellent today. They've only scattered about 3 hits and given up a run. Here is Sandberg. Power will pitch. That's a 6-4 against the righty. Strikeout chance, 16 too high. Sandberg swings 3-5 against the right-hander. That's a fly ball to right field, out number 2. Last chance for the Cubs will be Leon Durham. Two outs. Power gets ready to pitch. Durham ready. Here it comes. The pitch from Power. 2-1. That's a walk chance, and the 13 is too high. Durham gets the swing. 2-2. Ground ball to second base. Up with it is Oster. Pats once, pats twice. Throws to first. That's your game. Reds eliminate the Cubs 7-1. A well-pitched game by Cincinnati and the bullpen as Tibbs comes up with a big win. Final line score coming up. For the Cincinnati Reds, 7 runs on 13 hits, no errors. For the Chicago Cubs, 1 run, 4 hits, and no errors. The winning pitcher, of course, is Tibbs, and Steve Trout does take a hard luck loss, and there is no save. The Cincinnati Reds advance to the semifinals. They will take on the winner of the Yankees and the Dodgers, and with the Reds as the number 8 seed, they will be on the road for either one of those games, since the Dodgers are the 5 and the Yankees are the 4. And that game is tomorrow, and that should be a blast. Steeler fan, Philip Reynolds, Bears Den, Tribe fan, Brandon Baker, Keith White, thank you all for joining me today here at this game. Don't forget, we got more tonight as the Philadelphia Phillies take on the Expos and Payoff Pitch. Stay safe, healthy, smart, and strong. We'll see you guys later. Reds eliminate the Cubs 7-1. See you guys later today.